and Driver magazine just announced its electric vehicle of the year. And guess what? It's not a Tesla.
No, it's not. It's a Hyundai, the Ioniq 5 compact utility vehicle. Let's check it out as we go behind the wheel in the EV of the year with Harvey Briggs.
It is all electric, it's all-wheel drive, and it is crazy with the technology.
And if you want to stand out, the Ioniq 5 is a looker.
It looks different than anything else on the road right now, and you know, they did that intentionally. This is really about standing out, looking futuristic, and being different.
Futuristic and retro at the same time, with tons of design cues like these little rectangles. You see them everywhere.
This is everything you expect a utility.
Look at these lights.
Yeah.
It's like the 80s.
Exactly. I call this the 70s sci-fi theme vehicle. It feels like a space shuttle coming out of the SS Enterprise here.
A space shuttle with tons of room.
The thing about it, why you get all this space, is because it has a super long wheelbase. The wheelbase on this is longer than a Hyundai Palisade.
A full-size SUV.
Full-size SUV, but it's 15 inches shorter. So all that space in between the wheels can now be used for passenger space. So it's really roomy in the back seat, really roomy up front.
They thought this thing through.
Oh yeah, and they did it with a lot of little fun touches. You know, things like the charger door. Check this out.
More little squares showing you how much charge you have left, which brings us to probably the two most important things when it comes to an EV. The range, how far could you go on a charge, and how long to recharge it.
It has Hyundai's 800-volt charging system in it, so you can go from 20% charge to 80% charge in 18 minutes.
With the right kind of charger.
With a 350-kilowatt charger. I charged this yesterday in Chicago at a 50-kilowatt charger. I went from about 8% to 70% in about 35, 40 minutes. So that wasn't too bad. So you go ahead, plug into the charger, and then you just do this, and the seat lays back, and you can take a little 20-minute nap.
You get a leg rest?
You got a leg rest down there, so I can take a 20-minute nap while I'm charging. I did it last night in Chicago. It was actually fabulous.
While we're inside the Ioniq, it's not as Spartan as some EVs. There are two big flat screens, but there are physical buttons and dials for the radio and HVAC, which is nice. You don't have to run everything through a touchscreen. And how does it drive?
It drives very well. I was surprised. First of all, the overall ride quality is really good.
And it's quiet. So very quiet.
Didn't expect what's ostensibly a mainstream vehicle to be as quiet as this is.
What range are we talking?
Overall, the range on this vehicle is 240-some miles because this is the all-wheel drive version.
The one-motor rear-wheel drive model with the bigger battery has a 303-mile range. That's about as good as it gets in this price range. Speaking of which, it starts around $41,000 and goes north of $57,000 big ones for the fully loaded all-wheel drive limited edition like our tester. 30 years ago, if you'd have said Hyundai's going to make a car like this,
I would have thought you were crazy. You remember what they were making.
It's quite a remarkable turnaround.
Yeah, it is. They're not asking you to buy a cheap electric car. They're asking you to buy a good electric car. And they built one. And, you know, it's engineering, it's design, it's all the things that make a car good, they've put into this.
An electric car for the real world, and Harvey is here now. Not everything's perfect.
No, I mean, not every car is perfect. And there are little things that kind of bug me about it. First of all, the rear seats, to get them to fold flat, you have to open the side doors and operate them on the side. So you can't open the hatch and put those seats down. I was at Home Depot. I had stuff in my hands. Sure. I wanted to load it in the back there. Just stuff like that. Just a couple of minor things.
No sunglass holder.
Yeah, no sunglass holder. For guys who are driving.
But the big elephant in the room is the tax rebate.
Yes, with the new Inflation Reduction Act, they have made those rebates available only on domestically assembled vehicles. So this vehicle is put together in Korea, so it doesn't qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit anymore.
That could be a deal breaker?
You know, I think we're getting to the point where people are looking at EVs because they want an EV, not because they can get it cheaper. We'll see. Maybe Hyundai will do some price adjustments based on that going away. Right now, we'll see what the market wants to do.
There's a lot of EVs out there. We've got the EV of the year.
We did, and we've got another one coming up.
It's a good-looking car, and I like what you said, that it's not quite as minimalist as some of the other EVs.
There's buttons.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a transition.
Exactly. Yeah, there's that nice combination.
Go to ridesanddrives.com for this and all the other cars we do. Harvey, good to see you.
Good to
Great
see
to
you.
see you guys. Thank you.